Welcome along, Chelsea fans, to a bumper news update edition here on the channel ChelsDaft, discussing Kevin De Bruyne, Roman Abramovich, Estevao, Willian, Mykhailo Mudryk, Dean Huijsen, however you want to pronounce his name, over at Bournemouth, and rumours that Enzo Maresca wants to link up with an old goalkeeper of his this particular summer, which doesn't sound exciting, does it? Also, my little take on what happened at Fulham at the weekend. It's all here on this particular video. Quite a mellowed approach, quite a realistic approach. Probably unusual, probably different to what you're normally watching on a daily basis. I encourage you to stay tuned and just like the video for me. I really appreciate your time. So without further ado, let's get cracking. Let's start with the ex-Chelsea owner, Roman Abramovich, who was forced to sell the football club because of sanctions against him in 2022. And we all have got our opinions on what's happened since Todd Boehly and Clearlake Capital bought the club for $4.25 billion back then. End of next month, reportedly, end of May, Roman Abramovich has sat down, or it's not reportedly, he sat down and conducted a two-part interview to put a book together which is called Sanctioned, the inside story of the sale of Chelsea FC. Expect all the big publications in the UK, websites, newspapers, media, to take and publish extracts from the book when it comes out. What do you think is going to be exposed? What's going to be controversial? There's going to be plenty, I can imagine. And Roman has finally had his say, breaking his silence for the first time in 3 years. Stay tuned for that end of next month. What do you think of the prospect of reading the book? Let me know in the comments section. So, big news, an exclusive reported by Cy Phillips on his Substack website. Make sure you Google it. It's a great source of information. He is reporting that Chelsea are weighing up a potential move to sign Kevin De Bruyne back to the football club this summer. Nothing has been done or agreed as yet, as per Cy Phillips' article, but Chelsea are weighing up a potential move, with it being quoted as saying on his site, it's internal conversations debating whether it's possible. No approach has been made at the time of writing, but they are weighing up the possibility of offering a contract and seeing if he would be keen on a move back to Chelsea. However, in doing so, he'd have to take a massive pay cut to come in. And also they're saying that the deal wouldn't be as straightforward as it would seem, but Chelsea are willing to stretch the wage structure for the right player, and they are willing to sign players who are older if they believe they'll add many of the things we're missing from the squad. He's put a final note saying, don't get excited about all this. In opinion, I don't think for 1 minute it's going to happen, but he's reporting on what he's heard from sources within the football club. Kevin De Bruyne back to Chelsea this summer, sticking two fingers up to Man City. We've all seen his interview post-match last weekend where he's pretty much shocked at the decision being made by Man City and still feels he's got plenty to give, I should say, to the Premier League rather than go to the US or go to Saudi. He still believes he can cut it in the Premier League for a couple of seasons, and let's face it, what we've seen recently, he can. Would you take him back to Chelsea if it was at all possible? Let me know in the comments section. Next up, news on Estevao Willian, and his agent has confirmed he will be joining Chelsea this summer only after the Club World Cup. He won't actually be able to join the football club in time for the competition, so it's going to be after the Club World Cup, which is disappointing, I have to say. The guy is literally just world class. He's an absolute someone that's just so exciting, someone that's so natural. We've all seen he's been compared to Neymar. I can't wait to see this guy put on a Chelsea shirt. Unfortunately, it won't be during the Club World Cup this summer. It'll be after, when they build up to pre-season, however long that's going to be, based on when the Club World Cup will potentially finish. So Estevao Willian won't see him in America this summer, which is disappointing. Next up, Mykhailo Mudryk. And Mykhailo Mudryk has not obviously appeared for Chelsea since he's been suspended after a failed drugs test. Mykhailo Mudryk has always pleaded his innocence, saying that basically along the lines that he's been set up and he doesn't know what's happened or how it happened. It's an interesting quote that's come from the Shakhtar Donetsk chief executive Sergei Palkin, who has claimed that Mykhailo Mudryk has passed a lie detector test in a bid to prove his innocence. Talking to Give Me Sport, he said this: I've spoken to Mudryk many times since this doping issue arose. He doesn't understand how it could have happened. He has no clue, no idea at all. So his lawyers organised for him to take a lie detector test, which he passed, and it's going to form part of his evidence showing he did not intentionally do anything wrong. Mudryk has been clear it's not his fault that he tested positive. We now need to find out how this has happened and who did this. His lawyers are trying to find out. There are still no results from the B sample, so that remains open. Nobody knows what happened. I wish Mudryk all the best. He's a top professional and a very good person. He should be protected. So he's passed the lie detector test and he's always pleaded his innocence. And I just hope that at the end of all this, he can prove his innocence and he'd get back to playing football, because he was beginning to find his feet, I feel. And it's just a shame that this has all come about for him. Let's wait for news on Mykhailo Mudryk, but what we can understand from this is he's doing everything in his power to prove his innocence. What do you think? Let me know in the comments section. So one player that's featured heavily across social media and all the news outlets today is 19-year-old Bournemouth centre-back Dean Huijsen. And that's how I'm going to pronounce his name, Huijsen. I'm going to go for Huijsen. Now, he is someone that has a release clause, reportedly, of 50 million, which Chelsea, Liverpool, Arsenal and Newcastle, in addition to Real Madrid, have registered their interest. Now, from reading reports, again, so Cy Phillips' Substack site, there's a bit of a strange situation going on. Now, Huijsen's agent is his dad, and his dad favours a move to go to Liverpool. However, his agent, who negotiated and brokered the move to Bournemouth for Huijsen, favours him to go to Chelsea. We're seeing reports that Chelsea have stolen a march on everybody else, and Huijsen is keen on signing for the club in the summer. What with Axel Disasi farmed off on loan to Aston Villa and the future of maybe Benoit Badiashile up in the air, could Huijsen come in this summer as a replacement? From what I've seen of his performances in this season, he's been impressive. Again, there's plenty to grow and develop, but he's a mainstay playing Premier League football week in, week out, which is something at 19 years old you have to recommend him for. He wouldn't be someone that will come in and just be bit part. There's rumours that he's been told if he joins the football club, he will be a regular starter. What do you think of Huijsen? Do you rate him as someone to come in this summer to replace maybe Disasi? Let me know what you think in the comments section. Finally, with news articles, one that's caught my eye today is on goal.com. Have a Google it. Chelsea ready plans for insane transfer window, with Enzo Maresca desperate to reunite with Leicester goalkeeper Mads Hermansen. Now, I have to say, that doesn't excite me at all. The fact that the guy has been relegated with Leicester, they're going down, his release clause or his value's dropped, and you consider that we've got 4 goalkeepers at our football club. We've got Robert Sanchez, Philip Jorgensen, we've got Georgi Petrovic and Kepa Arrizabalaga. We need to sort out what's going on once and for all with the goalkeepers. We either make a decision and back one of them, or we sell all of them and bring someone in that's going to be the number one for the immediate future and hopefully beyond. It's an absolute shambles, the goalkeeping situation. And out of those 4 we've already got, 3 of them potentially are already better than Madsen for me. So what's the point? Or Hermansen, whatever his name is. I'm not that bothered about him, to be honest with you, which is why I got his name wrong. It's Mads Hermansen from Leicester. Doesn't excite me at all. Does it excite you? Let me know in the comments section. Finally, to the result against Fulham at the weekend, 1-0 down and struggling. We fought back with goals late on from Tyreek George and from Pedro Neto that won the game and gave us an all-important 3 points, bearing in mind what's happened over the weekend in the Premier League and since. The thing that stood out for me about the fact that we won the game was people played instinctive football and won us the game. There wasn't this nonsense about trying to walk the balls in the back of the net, trying to walk the balls and dribble between players and 1-2s and all this sort of movement. to try and get down to the byline inside the penalty box and pull the ball back to the penalty spot. All this nonsense. Tariq George took his goal from the edge of the box instinctively, first time shot, bottom corner. What did Pedro Neto do? Pedro Neto, the ball come to him, a great first touch, spun, hit it instinctively, edge of the box, both of them, and we got joy from both of them, and we won the game. All we need to do for a football club and our players is to focus on their strengths, try to get the best out of this stupid one tactic that we're stuck with and we can't just change, which is why Maresca's doing my head in. But try to do something a little bit different and just play that instinctive football. Play free, just enjoy it and just really sort of enhance and grab that opportunity you're getting to play in the first team, just as we did at the beginning of the season. But yes, people will say it was a good run of 16 games and it all fell apart. It did, because teams now have to defend against us. But on the weekend, it was very, very different. Everyone knows we're going to try and play in behind. We're going to try and play 1-2s. They drop off and sit back. And this weekend, we punished Fulham for doing so because we took the chances early by striking that ball instinctively from outside the box first time. And we got our just rewards. If only we can do that again against Everton. It's a vital game this Saturday lunchtime. We need a massive 3 points. With the remaining 4 games coming up, Liverpool, Newcastle, Man United and Forest, you can't get bigger than that. But we have got the capacity to turn up on those games and beat these teams. I know it's a big ask based on what we've been doing, but surely we can at least have a bit of pride at the end of the season and win the Europa Conference League and celebrate something. Maybe history being made, being the first football club to win everything, because let's face it, Liverpool, Man City, Arsenal, they're not going to be playing in the UEFA Conference League to win that. We'll be the only team that's won everything as far as it goes in Europe. A nice little piece of history. What do you think about the Fulham game? Do you agree with what I'm saying? Hopefully you do. If you don't, it's all good. Let me know your comments in the comments section. That's it for a bumper video from me. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. If you have, drop a like on the video. Post your comments in the comments section and make sure you subscribe to the channel. But hit that bell for notifications when my videos come out. I was away for Easter. I've been really, really busy at work, so I haven't had time to do a lot of videos. And I'm away this particular weekend, so there won't be any commentary for the Everton game. Depends. I might do one from my mate's house with a few beers flowing. We'll see. Stay tuned to the channel to find out. Thanks for watching and sticking with me. I'll see you all soon.